Progressive rock bands were not exactly known for producing hit Christmas songs, though there is one that stands out: Greg Lake's I Believe in Father Christmas. Throughout this Advent calendar series, I've actually been sitting between the lyrics and the record store day release of I Believe in Father Christmas. If this song doesn't get you in the Christmas spirit, I don't know what will. Between King Crimson and Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Greg Lake was the undisputed godfather of prog rock vocals by 1970. Success came swiftly for ELP. By 1974, they released 4 studio albums and 2 live albums, all top-shelf stuff. 1975 was time for a break, but also saw the release of one of their most popular singles. Well, at least for Greg Lake. Greg's faith in God had been strengthened by the birth of his daughter Natasha in March of 1975. Christmas had already been a special time for Greg, but the birth of his daughter created a closer connection to the nativity story. Greg had previously been working on a guitar riff in which the low E string was tuned down to D. He discovered Jingle Bells could be sung over the riff and decided to use it on a Christmas song. Pete Sinfield, who had previously worked with King Crimson and ELP, would be tasked with writing the lyrics. The lyrics take on a darker tone in the middle of the song, with the ultimate message being the Christmas we get, we deserve. Keith Emerson would suggest adding Prokofiev's Lieutenant Key J Suite to the instrumentation, certainly brightening up the music in contrast to some of the lyrics. The single would be released under Greg Lake's name and move right up the charts to number 2. What outsold it? Well, that would be Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. The promotional video would actually be shot in Israel in a desert outside of Jerusalem, which I thought was a bit odd at first, but it kind of later dawned on me that this would make for a more biblical backdrop, and it makes sense. Not everything has to look like a Hallmark movie. A more stripped-down version of I Believe in Father Christmas would end up on Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Works Volume 2, which featured Emerson and Palmer. Well, this is my final Advent calendar video, and before I finish, I'd like to give out some thank yous for the people that helped me along on my journey. And I probably just lost half my audience, but that's okay. I'm going to do this anyway. First, I'd like to thank Annie Haslam and Armando Gallo for giving me their blessings for the videos I made about them, as well as Dan Shapiro and Paul Whitehead. A special thanks to Annika Pinch, who gave me help and supported me for the video I made about her father, Trevor. And William Neal, who has been a really good friend for the past couple of years. Thank you. On a more personal level, I'd like to thank my neighbor Brian, who took time away from his family to film one of the scenes I did on the playground. My uncle Stephen Lawrenson, who actually wrote and performed the song for my normal videos, and also Brad Jones, who mastered that song. So thank you for that. Very, very talented people there. Joe A., who matted most of my artwork on the walls. He's done a masterful job and really worked hard on those and make them look as best as they possibly could. Also my brother Alec, who encouraged me to make these videos in the first place. My mom and dad for their support. And you know, my dad actually hung up every single thing on my walls. I couldn't do this alone, and he took a lot of time to make it look absolutely perfect. So thank you for that. And also my wife for her patience, because I did have to spend a lot of time making these videos, and thank you for that. So one thing that I do ask is, as you're celebrating Christmas with your loved ones, just remember what Christmas is all about and the true meaning of Christmas. So I want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all, and I will see you next year. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.